My name is Katie St. Norris with St. Norris Wealth Management, and in this video we're going to talk about how to fill out Form W-9. Let's get going. First, if you received a Form W-9 to fill out, then use that paper form. If you would like to go to the IRS website, Google and search for W-9. You will see irs.gov website and Form W-9. If you click on it, you will be able to see Form W-9, which says request for taxpayer identification number and certification. The form is only one page long. The rest of the pages are instructions. It is fillable PDF. You can fill it out and save it to your computer. Let's get to the form. If you are sole proprietor, small business owner, independent contractor, freelancer, really often you will get a Form W-9 from a company or individual that you're doing the work for. They use this form to collect your personal information and your EIN number. Later, they use that W-9 form and information in it to fill out Form 1099, which will be sent to you to the address you include in this form. So later, during the tax time, you will use that 1099 form to prepare your income tax return. I would like to go through a couple options. First one will be sole proprietor. Second will be single member LLC. And third one will be an S corporation. First of all, very important note that I have to point out. You have to give this form after you fill it out to the person or company that requested this form. You can get this form from your financial institution if you're receiving some interest income or dividends. So you have to fill this form out and return it back to them. Do not send this form to the IRS. This is a very common mistake. First scenario, if you are sole proprietor, you report your income on Schedule C on your personal income tax return. Put your name as shown on your income tax return. Do not leave this line blank. On the second line, if you have a business name or a different name from the name on the line 1, you have to include it in the box 2. Third one, you have to check just one box for federal tax classification. Since you're a sole proprietor, you put check mark in the first box. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. Box number 4 asks you for exemptions. Those codes apply only to certain entities, not for individuals, so you don't have to worry about the box 4. Box 5, you have to include your address, your mailing address, where later a person or entity who's requesting this form will send you that 1099 form. Number 7, ask you for listing of account numbers, which are optional. Sometimes companies that hire freelancers, contractors, they have different vendor accounts numbers. If they provide you with this number, you will include it in here. Otherwise, you can just leave it blank. The requester's name and address are optional. Sometimes you may receive W-9 form with this information already filled out. Part 1, your taxpayer ID number. Since you're sole proprietor, you're not incorporated, that will be your social security number you would include in here. Part 2 is certification questions. Please read them carefully. You will have to sign and date the form. And this is it for the sole proprietor option. Next, if you're single member LLC. Single member LLC is your sole proprietor but you registered as limited liability company. But since you're a single member, you're a disregarded entity. It means that you do not file a separate tax return for your business. You file and pay taxes based on your 1040 form. It's a pass-through income. If you're a single member LLC, you put your personal name in line 1. If you have business name for your disregarded entity, you put your name in the box 2. Check the box for appropriate federal tax classification. Do not check this box here, limited liability company. Do not do that if you're a single member LLC. Next is all the same. Your address, if you have account numbers, requester name and address. Very important part. If you're a single member LLC, disregarded entity, you will put your Social Security number in here. Do not put EIN number for your disregarded entity, your Social Security number. Again, sign, date, and return back to the person who requested this information. If you're an LLC, but with 2 members, then you will be treated as partnership. In this situation, you will check the box here and put letter P in here. Instead of Social Security number, you include your EIN number in the box below. If you're made an election for your limited liability company to be treated as S or C corporation, you just have to put appropriate letter in the box here. This is it. If you have any questions, you can always refer to very detailed and extensive information in the instructions. When at the time you're filling out the form, you will have questions regarding, okay, it should be EIN number or Social Security number. Refer to page 4, where you can see in part 1 taxpayer identification number. It will tell you if you're a sole proprietor and you have an EIN, you may enter either one. But if you're single member LLC, like I said earlier, that is disregarded entity, you have to put the owner Social Security number. Do not enter the disregarded entity's EIN. But if your LLC is classified as a corporation or a partnership, you enter entity's EIN number. If you get confused, check page 4. It will give you all information in detail. And thank you for watching. Bye.